Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is MeltMan. We're going to be starting here shortly. I just want to go ahead and thank everyone that's joined us so far and enjoying the music provided by the website mentioned in the description below. We're going to be playing a little bit of Oxygen Not Included, continuing from where we were in our previous episode. But I really wanted to go ahead and take this time to go ahead and talk with you all a little bit, answer any questions you may have, and maybe let you know a little bit about me and what I'm currently going through. That being said, let's go ahead and get to the game. All right, here we are. We're going to start, we're 25 cycles in to the place we had building before. There we go. Let's see here. Now the stream will be delayed a little bit, and I'll go ahead and reintroduce everything as people pop in. But let's see here. What did we have going on here? Alright, oxygen seems to be good. Alright, and then we have that geyser fueling us. And what's our power situation? Power looks good. We're running off of 2 manual generators and the hydrogen generator. Let's see here. Food seems to be doing good. Probably plant one of these. Alright. 2% stress with 5 people at 10,000 calories. Alright. Well, our little dudes get to working out and getting this all straightened out for us. Some of you that know me personally may already know this, but I'm currently struggling with some pretty severe back problems that don't allow me to be as physically active as I want. And at this point, I was on a leave of absence from my place of employment on a temporary disability leave that's provided by my employer's insurance. Due to the insurance company, though, not being able to get records from my clinic that I'm seeking treatment at fast enough, there was a problem, and that has led the insurance provider to deny my claim. I will be going in tomorrow to talk to the store manager of the store I work at, but I understand what the situation is, what it is, and fully expect that I'm going to either have to resign or I'm going to just be outright canned. It's nothing against my employer. They are great people. They just work for a big company, and that company has policies. It's a sad thing. I love working there, but rules are rules. So that's what I'm looking at. It's not the first time I've had to deal with a real life struggle like this. Oh, shoot. In the amount of time I've been talking about this, I lost someone. Oh, Turner Tunneler. Well, that being the case, there you go, Turner. We're going to build a memorial for you. We're going to go ahead and set that to priority 9. So whoever's free, go ahead and get that up. Let's go ahead and rush this. I know this is probably going to stress people out, but I can't have a man down like that. See, the downside of going ahead and having a someone die on you here is the body, if you do not have the appropriate way to store it, can cause problems. There we go. And poor little Turner Tunneler has been buried. So I don't have to worry about his body decomposing and causing things like um, polluting the water system that I have going on here, which would be something that would be a problem. I've already got enough of that already. So yeah. Um, put this out there. I've worked customer service pretty much all my life. I'm one of those people that just enjoys helping others. I like to find out what you came in for, what you're looking for, different things that you need to pick up that day. We have someone idle. You can go ahead and do that. And it really saddens me that because of my health problems right now, I can't go and do my work. And I'll be honest, I suffer from a little bit of depression and anxiety, and the fact that I don't have my work to distract me from that right now is kind of why I'm going ahead and doing the whole YouTube thing. I mean, I've been thinking about doing YouTube for a couple of years now, but being that I can't do much else right now, it's just kind of this is the only path I see for me going forward, and I'm going to go ahead and do my best to do just that. I appreciate that everybody's that is supporting me. Speaking of that, I just want to go ahead and say a quick shout out for Sarah Connors, aka Marion Copper. If you've watched my Ibn Ob gameplay, she's the person that I'm currently doing that with. She's actually the also my first patron on Patreon. So again, Sarah, thank you so much for supporting me and believing in me that I can go and do this. If you're interested in becoming a patron, please feel free to look at the link below and take a look at what I'm hoping to achieve from all this. Uh, now, when you do look at the reward structure I have there on the Patreon account, you'll notice that there's one special section, a section that I honestly don't expect is going to happen. But I have a special title for those people that have the means to give an obscene amount of money to that would pretty much just guarantee that this would become my full-time job. And that would be the Dreammaker title. And I've got some very special rewards that I have planned down the road for them. But again, it's not something I really expect to be a likelihood. But I figured, hey, if someone gets to the point where they feel like they can do that, then who am I to say no? But that also being said, I have a lot of different reward levels in there because I want people to just feel about comfortable about just giving whatever they can afford to give. Because honestly, it's about you wanting to support this, not supporting what you feel comfortable with. Is I think where I was going with that. All right, getting some more algae for my wonderful little oxygenators that keep my people breathing. Let's see here. How's the air quality? Air quality is beautiful. Temperatures. Well, my water is very warm because it is getting a lot of heat coming in from the geyser. That means this is going to be hot water going through my system up in, and that means the water coming into my shower is nice and warm. But right now I have a lot of people idling. I have an overloaded circuit somewhere. Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and sort that little sucker out. Oh, that wasn't the only one, was it? This one too. Any others that I missed last time? No, I think that's good. All right. Right now, I'm relying on basically this large battery here and this small battery here to hold my charge. And when those get low enough, people jump to the manual generators. But also, if you'll notice over here, these produce oxygen, but they also produce hydrogen. The hydrogen, of course, like hydrogen does in real life, drifts up to the top, at which point it gets all air gets pulled in this, the hydrogen gets filtered out, and then put in the hydrogen generator. That's kind of a way to ensure that I don't build up too much hydrogen up here and continue to provide power. And honestly, I don't know how much of this I'm probably repeating from the first episode, so if I'm saying something that you already are aware of, you feel free to go ahead and just tell me I'm being a goof. I am always willing to take feedback. Alright, now, what am I going to have you people do next for me? Well, I have a feeling that I need to start getting into the slime here. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and tell you to deconstruct that tile and deconstruct this tile. And we're going to go ahead and carve this out. We will go ahead and put a door here. Actually, you know what? Because I do not want to risk water flow. How do I need to? Yes, we're going to put the door here. Okay. Now, this door is going to go here. And what we're going to do is this and this. Now, this is basically if water flows in and comes into my airlock, it's going to stop right here. That'll give me an opportunity to mop it up so it doesn't overflow into my building area and basically contaminate my water further. So that's the game plan with that little airlock there. Food shortage, but I don't want a food shortage. Okay, so I am encountering a particular problem that I think I'm going to have to deal with here, and that is the temperature of this area. Because these are too toasty to grow. So, how am I going to go ahead and get some nice, refreshing, cool air in here and eliminate the waste heat that I'm producing around these that are warming them up? I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take this out and we're going to research thermal so I can go ahead and get some cooling in here. Get some cool, refreshing action. And I think, let's see, where's the other temperature high area? Let's see here. This is a hot zone that's obviously going to be feeding into this area, but this is the other hot zone in that area. So I think what I'm going to do, since this battery produces just as much heat as this small battery, and this stores more, I think I'm going to get rid of this battery to remove the waste heat it produces and this statue, and I will go ahead and put a cooling unit in here. So that means at any given time when I'm not building anything, I'll have two coolers that can be operated and two manual generators that can be operated. The coolers don't require power. They're all hand cranked. So that basically will give me the kind of sustainability I'm looking for. And gosh, you research slow. Okay, jobs. Who's my researcher? Why are you doing anything other than researching? This is weird. Doc PhD, you are needed for the researchies. There we go. Oh, that's why this is on a 5. I mean, this was on a 6 priority, which means she was prioritizing helping with this instead of prioritizing research. So we're actually going to go ahead and turn the researches onto an 8. And we're going to turn this onto leave us on the 6. Because I want Cookie to go ahead and focus on this, but I want my researcher to go ahead and be focusing on research. By leaving these a 5, those will get powered appropriately. Hmm. Yeah. The problem with running both my research stations and getting that research done while everything else needs to get done. I'm running low on power, so let's go and see if we can get a new duplicate in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this lovely lady here. Quick learner, amphibious mole hands. I don't think I could get luckier. But we need a name. I'm not going to go with a default name. I name all my people in this one, so we lost Turner Tunneler earlier. And this is going to be a fast learner digger, so let's go ahead and call her. No. Ah, Tina Tunneler. I know, I'm a goofball. But there we go, Tina. You get in here, you go ahead and help everybody out. And we're going to go ahead and go to Tina's jobs. Tina, you're not an artist, I'm sorry. We have one of those in here, and well, you don't have any talent in it. But that learning of yours, I guess we can let you go ahead and do some research and help out because there's 2 research stations. You'll help out a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But once one research station is full up, I'm going to go ahead and take you off that, and I'm going to put you on other tasks. So let's have us back up to a population of 5. Okay. People are loving the nice hot showers. All right. Okay. Hmm. How we doing? All right. So now that have that done, Doc PhD rocking away. So right now it's telling me we have unrefrigerated food, which I am aware of, and we have insufficient oxygen generation. Now I can make a refrigerator, but I'm purposely producing food at the rate it's being consumed, so I don't have to worry about refrigeration. All right, looks like we got that work done. So, utilities. Right. Almost got it done. Buildings lacks resources. You lack slime, which I'm working on that. Unrefrigerated. Your duplicates available. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Let's see here. The game audio not coming through loud? Because it sounds, I mean, I think it's coming through pretty quiet. Maybe I can go ahead and adjust that. There, that's better. I hope that isn't too loud for anybody at home. If it is too loud, do let me know. Alright. Alright, here we go. We're going to put you there. And we are going to go ahead and take statue and battery. And we're going to make these a 6. And a 6. Alright. Now over here, we're going to want to go ahead and put one of these lovelies. And one of these lovelies. Okay. Sorry if I didn't realize the game sound was loud enough earlier. Fidge, there is nonsense. So, let's see here. Make this a 6. Change power generation to a 7. Power is going to take priority over. Okay. Alright, I think I have the priority tasks in there. Power generation is, let's see here. Everyday tasks are rated like a 5. Power generation is going to be rated 8. No, food is 8. Power generation 7. And cooling is 6. Now, I believe the coolers, they do use water as they cool. I don't have a problem with expending water, as that is quite apparent. And I have an almost stable food source. Problem is, these mealwood trees here that produce rice larvae, or whatever they're called, mealworms, yummy. don't often reproduce seeds. So once they expire, they'll be done. Now, at that point, I will have two options. Grow more of these, which require a cooler environment, which I'm trying to provide by cooling down what is heating them up, which is this and this. Or come over here and start making mush bars, which are produced from dirt and water and may cause diarrhea. So I don't want to produce mush bars if I can help it. I mean, I have the facilities with an outhouse and a lavatory to handle it if they have diarrhea. Yeah, see, here's the problem. I don't have any more meal. Wait. Dig this one up. I may need another person to go ahead and do this. Because with the power going out often as it is, I don't have another person to run everyday tasks. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and go with this guy. But let's rename him. Wait. Before we do that, I have Tina Turner, Ruby, Diglett, Coraline, and Doc PhD. So, you, sir. Bert, the Builder. Because you got a good construction and learning going on. And I think that'll just be amusing as heck. So, Bert the Builder, welcome. That has us at 6. I know that there's a potential that I could go and get myself in trouble with that. Surely because... Okay, got a mealwood there that I can go ahead and plant. Alright. These are cooling down now, finally. That's great news. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And we are actually going to go ahead and go up into here. Because not only do I need slime for my biodistiller, which will produce polluted water and algae that I can feed into my oxygen production system. The polluted water, I will kind of do what I'm doing with all the other polluted water, is turn it into clean water and recycle it. But this will give me a means to stretch out my water supply, which is dwindling a bit due to the nature of me using so much of it for cooling now as well as everyday functionality. But I need the abyssalite, and that's surely because what I want to do is... Oh, I don't have it researched. Okay. I want to make insulated tile, so because it retains heat, or rather blocks heat. Go ahead and do that. And jobs, we will go ahead and take. Oh, can't do art. You two have good learning. All right. What I would like to do is go ahead and replace this bottom section here with insulated tile. But the thing is, abyssalite adds a huge amount of heat resistance due to the nature of it. Oh, I had food decay, and that's causing a food shortage. That's not good. Okay. Now, decaying food is not a big deal for me because I still have a composter. Decayed food eventually turns into. Let's see here. Organic. Do they have a section for decayed food in here? No, they don't. But decayed food. Word good. Problems with the live stream. If I go ahead and get tongue tied, or take a drink from my orange juice, you're going to go ahead and hear that. But as it says here, the decayed food will go ahead and turn into polluted dirt, which will then be turned in here to turn into fertilizer. So it's not going to be the end of the world if I lose a little bit of food. It'll be the end of the world if I don't produce fast enough that it causes problems. Now see, I don't know what it is. I'm not used to seeing this being anything but a nice even number. So I don't know what's causing that. Let's see here. Oh yes, definitely plant that next. Mm. Oxygen levels are not good. Living material. Algae. Oh crap, because I changed the priority, this one's not getting the algae it needs. Okay, so priority systems. Be aware, you can sabotage yourself if you're not careful. Okay, so it's telling me I still have a food shortage. So research. Glad I caught that when I did. Okay. So I think I'm to the point where I can go into this a little bit more. So yeah, I'm definitely new to YouTube and live streaming. It's definitely something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. Let's see here, food beyond reach. Where is that? I do not know why you're saying food is beyond reach. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and hit the P key for priority. And we're going to go ahead and priority Everything's priority 5 now, right? With the exception of these, which I'm not going to change. This is going to go ahead and go to priority. And we are going to temporarily stop research. There we go. Okay. For some reason, they were reading that there was no food being prepared. So I went ahead and changed the priorities again so people can go ahead and just figure out, with the exception of just a couple of tasks, just figure out what they feel is the most important and go for it. Hopefully we'll see things balance back out. Ah, trying to get that back up and running. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is this. I think this is a mistake. So I have that there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it much closer to the area that needs the cooling. This there. And this there. Jobs. Just make sure you're the only artist before I go ahead and continue this. Alright. Because this produces a healthy amount of waste heat when I'm researching. And it's right next to something that I have to keep cool, or at least cool to a certain temperature. So this is cooling down, but again, there's a lot of heat here because the water getting pumped through these is hot, hot, hot from the geyser. So there's going to always be a certain amount of heat here. Again, these are actually using that same water. So the air that they're producing is hot in itself. And then, of course, that air is filtered throughout the entire thing. So warm air on top of hot machinery, probably not a good idea. Someone get on this and build it already? God damn, man. There we go. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pop it over one of these here. So I need more storage space anyways. Okay. Power situation, only oxygen situation is good. Power situation is good. I'm not producing power really consistently faster than what I'm using, and that's because I'm researching right now, and that uses more power than my system. Thermal comfort overlay. Body heat retention, body heat loss. Oh. Alright. Oh, let's get you all set up. Organics, no polluted dirt or slime in there, please. And there we go. Yeah. That will let them go ahead and sweep all this loose stuff around where it belongs. Now, I am going to run into a problem, as I noticed. My calories available are getting lower, and these are just barely getting mature enough. I have 6 people that are going to consume at least 6,000 calories in the next day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, fabricate. I'm going to have them make that much of the mush bars, which will basically, hopefully, give me enough calories to last an additional day. Stretch out my food supply. Just enough. Research idle. Are we done? No, we're not. Okay, but we are going to go ahead and say, you two can stop researching. We'll just leave that to good old Doc PhD. You, move here. No. You. And this. There you go. You got it. I'm going to go ahead and now make this. I'll go and make this that. This is still 8. And those are still 9. Okay. Insufficient oxygen generation. You there. Now, organics. Algae is what I have the most of. Items, low on fertilizer, but here we go. Come on. Getting this so I can produce bristle blossoms, since they reproduce seeds regularly. It's gotta be my goal as far as sustainable food source. Because I can produce fertilizer just from, compost. And that's the downside of these, is they require fertilizer to grow. And that means keeping it cool, bro. Keeping it cool. And you can tell, since I wanted to go ahead and make the insulated tile here, I plan to, if you look at temperature, abyssalite holds on to the cool temperature even when butt up against an area that has a freaking geyser in it. Sorry, I had to go ahead and find the word. This area all here is cold because it's an ice area. Okay, so I have 6,000 in calories for the next day, and they'll consume 6,000. I still don't know. Oh, pardon my yawn. I still don't know where the 164 supposed calories are hiding on this map. I don't know if it's a glitch or what. Maybe if I just go ahead and... Yeah. Priority 9. Boop. That work? Nope. I can't mass priority actual plants. Okay. I think our oxygen situation, now that I have this priority at max priority, let's calm down a bit. This is still struggling with temperature. Which I really don't know what I can do about. As far as I know, I'm doing everything I can. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and go over here. I've got the insulated tile. Now, I'm trying something to see if I can go ahead and. There we go. They weren't registering that they could be digging this for some strange reason. By forcing the airlock open, it's going to go ahead and pick up on that now. Hmm. Sorry, it's been a long, stressful day with everything getting my short-term disability claim denied, running around trying to sort things out. I honestly don't know where I'm going to go from there regarding that. It's something that's been stressing me out and weighing on me heavily. Okay, I think I can go ahead and put you back to auto and you should be fine now. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and keep going. Okay. Now, something that heat does is it does leach through things eventually. So when I first started the game, the coldness was just stopping right probably here, and then as we've gone through into cycle 38, it's gotten as far as here. So that's something that's kind of leached into the environment. But it's not just that. It's not just the heat seeping in, but it's just kind of soaking in through the materials. And different materials are more temperature resistant, like the abyssalite. It absorbs cold better than it absorbs heat. It kind of blocks heat a bit. It makes a heat barrier, but there are some abyssalite that is hot as well. So what I'm going to be looking at is mining this out in a way that I can go ahead and get some of that abyssalite and then make the insulated tile out of it to kind of create a better heat barrier against the water we have here. Alright. Okay. Looks like temperatures are working out a little bit better. Things are getting a little cooler in our favor. Let's see here. Yeah, no, food shortage. That's why I just told them to go ahead and harvest that. How's our oxygen looking like? Still got a little bit of a sufficient low going on here. High concentration here. power grid. I'm kind of getting a build up, but not much. And I think that's, I mean, yeah, there we go. There we go. Food shortage. Oh, please don't tell me. Food shortage. I'm trying to balance this very carefully because it's really easy to build a huge base and take up all this space and dig out and expand and stuff like that. But in the long term, what will happen is you'll have to be heating and cooling and producing oxygen for a larger area. You're going to have power conduits traveling farther and having to power more in order to sustain it, which means your power consumption goes up, your oxygen consumption goes up. It just makes the game much harder to maintain the bigger you build. Keep it nice, tight in, and you will be able to maintain it easier. It looks like these are still struggling a little bit, but not near as much as they were. And it looks like this Blistle Blossom has been ready to be harvested. I'm going to take that as well. Cancel that. Now, I am worried because I haven't seen this geyser do much in a while. So, that is a little bit of a concern. Okay. We have got some abyssalite to work with. So, we're going to go ahead and do that, that, that. Up there. Looks like I have something falling around. Do I have a hatch around here somewhere? Sounds like I do. I hope not. Hatches are a little bug-like creature that will go ahead and wander around and eat resources. It just sounded like I had one. See, here's a hatch nest. During the day, they burrow. They're nocturnal. They'll eat anything they can fit in their mouth, as long as it's not cold, because that's what they keep out. They're coal bugs. Now, if I was considering doing a coal generator as a supplement to my power supply, that would be something I could do. Thing is, though, where would I do it that it doesn't cause a problem for my base? Now, see, they're putting in the abyssalite now, and you notice the temperature is really low for that. But I am using up, you know. All right. Hmm. I think we've stabilized everything. I think everything's looking good at this point. I don't see any real major problems with the base at this point, other than I'm concerned that this is not going to be enough food production. But at this point in the game, I could literally tell them to make mush bars and let them just get diarrhea, and they'd likely be able to handle it. I could guarantee they could handle it if I went ahead and had a laboratory for each of them. And it's just a matter of them getting to it in time. Okay, so there we go, and there we go. Yes, I am aware food does decay. Where did the decay at? Oh, right there. So this isn't working out for us in a way that I like. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking these two out and replace them with this, and take this one out. That way, I know that the key place that needs to be cooled the most is. But that greatly decreases the area that I have to grow, but it's being decreased by this one really, which means that that's a better growth rate for everything. Because every time they go and feel stifled, that's when their growth rates drop. And you don't want the growth rates to drop. Yes, I'm aware that there's a food shortage. Okay. All right. Oxygen doing good. Temperature's doing okay. Hmm. Food shortage again. Yeah, I'm aware. I think I got pretty much everything sorted out. Oh yeah, you're producing water again. Thank you. Yes, I know I have a food shortage. The foods don't have enough. The foods. Oh boy. Oh, there's a hatch. Yeah, those are hatches during the night. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I got really lucky. Water for days, definitely. I have that geyser there that makes really useful for that. And then, of course, I'm recycling my water too. As it goes ahead and comes in here, comes out, when it's purified, it drops right back in. Downside to having that geyser income going on there is if you go ahead and look at temperature, I have hot water for days. So I know I got terribly lucky. I had played this earlier and tried when I was testing out the stream. I had gotten a different spawn and it had next to no water and almost no algae, and it was just terrible. But unfortunately, that video didn't work because it was quintessentially the first video I tried to stream, and the aspect ratio was off, and the entire image was crammed into the upper left-hand corner of the screen. It looked terrible. So I didn't go ahead and bother uploading that one. But if you want to take a look when I first started, I have the first part of this in my archives if you want to take a look at that later. But yeah, thank you for the statement there, Scoppy. I'm assuming I can call you Scoppy because I'm not sure I know exactly how to pronounce your username. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. But hi, welcome to the stream. My name is MeltMan. Oh, and this video is a bit of a Q&A, so if you have any questions, just feel free to hop in. Do keep in mind, though, that the video has a 2-minute delay on it, so if you ask a question, it's going to be a little bit before I can respond. And looks like we have a food shortage going on that's pretty bad. So we're going to go ahead and try to solve that now. How's my oxygen looking? Doing okay. Yes, I know I've got a food shortage. Quit telling me. I'm working on it. I'm resorting to even making mush bars to supplement my food supply. Oh, hush, game. I am aware. Oh, by the way, how's the sound level? Is it too quiet anyway? Can you hear me alright? One thing I'm always worried about is I've got the sound level screwed up somehow. Yay to being new at something, right? You know, one thing I would love to see is them assign seeds to spawns, like they kind of do in Minecraft, where if you get a really good spawn that you like, you can go ahead and like tweet out the seed for other people to go ahead and try the same one you got. Because I think honestly, this seed, I wish I knew what it was, what the seed was, because I would totally share this. It's an amazing seed. Oh. Let's see here. Let's go over here. We're gonna go ahead and take out. There. Maybe I have too much work and too few people to do it all in. Maybe that's why taxes aren't getting done as fast as I want them to be. But if I go ahead and grab more people, then that's more oxygen consumed and more food consumed. And right now, I'm struggling with food shortages. Oh, yeah, knew that was going to happen. I had to keep on making mush bars. Eventually someone was going to get diarrhea. Poor Coraline. Oh yeah, I know. Still feeling sick. Food shortage. I am aware. Oh, again, I am kind of managing my food in a way that I'm producing it just as fast as my duplicates are eating it to avoid creating too much rotting food rather than spending extra electricity on making refrigerators that would store the food for longer. So, all part of my master plan. Also, if you notice, I'm making insulated tiles out of abyssalite to create a better temperature barrier against the heated water here. That way, it'll help me get the cooling under better control. Because the last thing I want is these things getting overheated and, well, not producing enough food for me as fast as I need it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I do apologize. I get random tunes and lyrics stuck in my head all the time, and then all of a sudden they'll be rolling out of my mouth before I realize what I'm doing. I hope Coraline gets over that diarrhea soon. And that, my friends, is the last of my meal wood. We're bristling it out the rest of the way here. So, that being said, I think what we're going to do here. Nah, that's too many. probably be about right. Just have to keep in mind of how fast I'm producing fertilizer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do something here. We're gonna go ahead and get this and get a fertilizer maker, because right now I don't think I'm producing enough fertilizer fast enough to keep up with the consumption rate of these bristle seeds, which worries me because I do need the food supply. Thankfully though, I can go ahead and make fertilizer from polluted water. I don't produce a lot of polluted water, and it's getting turned right back into water and I'm putting it back in here. So, is it too toasty up here? Really? Construct. Cancel, cancel. Deconstruct. Oh, game hitched there for a second. Damn, they made these things sensitive. I mean, they used to be super sensitive to temperature fluctuations. That's what I'll do. We're going to go ahead and dig out over here. Really? Really? No food shortage. I'm going to turn that off for now. Who do we have in here? It is quieter than the previous videos. Let me know if that is better. I don't know what is causing the video to be quieter than normal. Let's see, let's play with the sound levels. Let's see. Options, audio. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Sound balancing is something I'm still working on. But thank you for joining me, Sarah. Gave you a shout out earlier. Thank you again for being my patron on Patreon. I appreciate it. Yeah, watching them fight against Sandy is a little bit sad. Okay, glad to hear that the sound is better. Maybe I was muttering? Yeah, it could be that I was just being a little bit quiet. Mutter, 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 mutter. So was it just my volume, or was it the game volume? Curious, because I adjusted more the game volume than my personal volume. I did adjust that too, but it seems like different things require different volumes. Bup, bup. Okay. Alright. Hate to do this, but gonna have to make some mush loaf. My food production isn't where it could be. Yeah. Thank you again for that. Yeah. Eddie's a great guy. I mean, I'm glad that he turned us on to this. I'm glad you got me a copy of it so I could try it out. It's definitely my kind of game since I love building things and creating things and working in complicated systems. Because it challenges me mentally and I enjoy creating. Gee, isn't that ironic? A guy that enjoys creating things, becoming a live streamer and trying to start creating. Can't hear the game volume at all. Like low background hum, maybe. Okay, let's see if I can go and fix that. Okay. Let's crank it up a little bit. Okay, go ahead and let me know how that sounds. Is that better? You can go ahead and hear the game a little bit better. Okay. Let's go ahead and cancel that. We'll go ahead and leave it on light slope again. Okay. See, this is what I need. I need someone to come in here and smack me around for not getting the sound levels right. I'll get it right eventually. Oh, man. Ugh, stretchy. What? Low at... Oh, crap. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I had a problem with my atmospheric pressure there. Apparently, why are you... Oh, shoot! No wonder why no air is getting there. I forgot to build the pipe. Oh, crap. I'm assuming that there it is means the sound is much better. Okay, sweet. Glad to hear that. Okay. Now I'm getting oxygen to the rest of the base. Of course, there's a food shortage. Everything just went, I can't breathe! Alright. I knew what you meant. Don't worry about it. Low atmospheric pressure. Okay. Okay, and do 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 do. All right. Everything seems to be back under control. Things are looking up. We do have a little bit of a food production problem, but I am working on that as this expansion is going to go ahead and be a couple things. One, these little guys don't have beds anywhere in here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a second story here that's going to be hopefully beds, and this lower area is going to be more food because they need it. The only problem is heat's bleeding off from here and making this a little warmer than I'd like. What are you? There's some temperature issues in here? Yeah, not for that. Okay. Oh, what am I doing on this? I need more of this. Well, this can kind of wait though. It's not a rush kind of thing. I mean, I've got most of this in here to block the heat from the geyser that's giving me water. Oh, you missed it earlier, Sarah. I was saying that it would be cool if I could go ahead and save this seed so I could share it with other people. That way they can go ahead and try a base with water geyser like right next to it and see how their base turns out. Because that would be awesome. So, let's see here. Let's see who we have as duplicates in there. You can't build things. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just reject all of you. I don't see anybody I really like. Bye! And then I'll go and see if I can get a better duplicate down the road. Somewhere, food shortage. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. go ahead and go back to researching this. Our YouTube researchers on there. Uh-huh. You just popped in to see how I was going, smack me around. Oh, that you played this game enough already that you don't need to see my gameplay of it. I see. Alright, well thank you so much for joining, Sarah. You have a wonderful day. And oh, if I could share the seed, yeah, that would be a cool idea. I can't, unfortunately, but it's definitely something that I would love to go ahead and see the game developers implement, since this is still a development game. Who knows? Maybe I can find some way to get into the metadata of the save to find what the seed is. That'd be cool. I don't know. Well, with oxygen not included, I'm playing with it in windowed mode, so it's taking up a portion of my screen instead of all of it. So I can have chat off to the side, so I'm literally looking at chat while I'm looking at the gameplay. I also have another section split off for the actual streaming program that I'm using, streaming to YouTube. So I can't do that for every game, and I am still working off a single monitor display, so it does help with my response rate. Yeah. So I'm literally reading the chat as I'm playing. And that's why I was designing it this way, so I can use this game as a Q&A game. If you had a question, you could just go ahead and say it, keeping in mind that there's a 2-minute delay, and then I would go ahead and answer that question for anybody that had it. And let's see who we got. I might take you, because you got a lot on you. But what are we gonna call you? I don't like Ren. He's a scientist. He can't dig, but he's a quick learner. What would be a good name for duplicant that has a learning talent, but can't dig? If you have any suggestions, feel free to pop in the chat. Let's see what it does for random name. Ren, Lucy, Julan, Pearson, Vivian, Lee, Gregory, King Axel. That's an interesting random name to pop up. You know, I am going to go with that because I think that's humorous. We have gotten to the level where apparently kingship is a thing we can have. And you don't expect a king to go digging in the dirt. And he better be a quick learner, otherwise he's going to get kicked off the throne really quick. All right. Any questions? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, yeah. I would definitely say you can ask any question you want. I may choose not to answer it, but yeah. If you want to go ahead and troll me with some questions that you might already know the answers to, and you want to go ahead and expose the audience to that, feel free. To everybody that may be listening to the recording later that's not in the stream now, Sarah Connors is a great friend of mine. She's introduced me to a lot of great games. She's actually my first patron on Patreon, so she knows me in real life. and we hang out on the regs. Probably one of my best friends, so that's why she's picking on me a little bit in chat. Also, thank you to the people that have joined us just now. We're playing Oxygen Not Included. This is a base that I started up in a previous stream. You can watch that stream archived on YouTube now if you'd like. Kind of expanding the base a little bit because no one in here has anything to sleep on and not producing enough food right now. Let's see here. And Sarah just sent me a text wanting me to rename one of the guys from King Axel to Wayland Crusher. Wesley Crusher. Wesley Crusher. Let's see, can I rename you? Yes, I can. So we are going for the Star Trek reference, assuming that I have that correct. Wesley Crusher. Alright, King Axel is now to be known as Wesley Crusher. Alright, we have our first Q&A question from Sarah. Chocolate or vanilla ice cream? Okay. I think I can go ahead and answer that pretty easy. While I do love me some chocolate ice cream now and again, if you're going to go and throw some fun toppings on that and everything, it has to be vanilla for me. I like the vanilla and then throw maybe a little bit of, honey on top of that. Maybe some sprinkles if I want to get real crazy. Ooh. Forget honey. Maple syrup on vanilla ice cream is really good. If you haven't tried it, do it sometime. Just grab yourself some real maple syrup and some real vanilla bean ice cream and just a little bit of maple syrup on there. It is divine. But if I don't have maple syrup, definitely. Yeah. Let's see here. So, I wonder though, as this game evolves, if all my characters are going to be Reach, named after Star Trek characters. But I don't know if we should do that because technically they're all kind of red shirts, so... Well then, they kind of changed the meaning for red shirts when they used it for upper echelon leadership. Okay. We are going to go ahead and... Okay, what did we go and finish reading? Oh! We've got our fertilizer. Which I cannot squeeze in there, but I can squeeze in. We're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and do this. And utilities. Hydrovan. Power. Ooh, we need metal. I am short on the metalloids. Can't reach that. Oh, wrong button. Oh, better go and check this. Sorry, Wesley, you're no good at art. Okay then, let's see here. Okay, yeah. Some favorite game types of games? I am a big fan of things that sometimes scare the crap out of me. as well as things where, as I said earlier, that I can build and create. But I've always liked finding games that are different, something new and interesting that kind of piques my interest. I need more metal. Get busy making me more metal. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and pipe you in here, and we are going to disable this building. Oh, zombies. If you could be one fictional character, who would you be? The Doctor. I would be the Doctor. Because I would love to have a longer lifespan to see what the human race would do down the road. Oh crap, I have a problem. I am out of algae. And my people are suffocating. Okay. Now, zombies or vampires? That is an important question in life. Huh. Zombies or vampires? I would have to say, am I choosing to go ahead and have to fight them or be one? Because if I have to fight one, I would be all over fighting a zombie or a vampire any day. One single zombie is not a problem. One single vampire, whew, depending on what lore you look at, that's a whole mess of I don't want. Of course, if we're looking at zombies, there's probably going to be more of them, which, depending on what type of zombie you're going with, I could possibly deal with. Okay, is my oxygen situation getting sorted? Kind of. I think we're going to go ahead and auto this. And I think what we're going to do here... Yeah, I figured you would go ahead and think that was a great answer. What are you trying to make these out of? Obsidian? Oh, silly game. Liquid pipes. Cancel all the liquid pipes. Oh god, I don't think I could go ahead. Well, yeah, I suppose I could go ahead and name them in as different doctors. But I mean, how would you... Okay. And see who survives the longest. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean... Well, technically, you know, there's the first Doctor, second, third, fourth. I mean, be naming them like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if that would work. You know, I think, honestly, the better thing to do is if I could go ahead and get a list of all the actors that have played the Doctor and use their names, like the first actor that has ever played the Doctor as one dude, and go on there. But then, you know... Well, yeah, with vampires, just don't invite them into your house. Or just go out in the daylight. Well, assuming that we're excluding the vampires from that book series that the title means sunset or dusk. I'm not going to say the name of the series because the only time vampires should be sparkling is when flecks of ash are coming off them because they're about to go ahead and combust in sunlight. Personal opinion. For all of you that liked that storyline that was based off of... Yeah, boy. Anyways. That... You feel free to enjoy that all you want. What are you... Seriously, game. Cancel. No, 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 no. Make this out of pipes that I actually have the stuff for, please. There we go. There we go. Now what? Copper ore. Yeah, that's why I did this. I can get at copper ore now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Name them after all the doctors. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe, on the next time I play this, I go through and name each duplicate after one of the actors that has played the Doctor. And we can see which one survives the longest. But keeping in mind that I have only lost one duplicate so far, Turner Tunneler, I'm pretty good at keeping people alive and going. Because this is a game I'm familiar with. Okay, so temperatures. I was hoping to go ahead and make more food over here, but I kind of need to start producing more fertilizer to be able to keep these going. Choose duplicate. How did the first dupe die? Okay, so you notice right here in this space, that all used to be algae. And I had it set to dig out, and of course Turner Tunneler was my best digger, so he had dug up in there. But because the water had stopped there and it was just an empty gap, he didn't seem to know how to walk back to the ladder and get back out. He just kind of sat there. And unfortunately, since I was distracted about talking over the stream and, being a big doof like I am, I didn't realize that he was suffocating the... I didn't realize the big red text over here was saying suffocation happening. And he ended up dying. So Turner Tunneler basically died because he couldn't path back to the ladder smartly. He could get there fine, and he could walk back fine, but the AI pathing failed me. Or I failed him by not grabbing him and telling him, hey dude, the ladder's over there. But, it was a goof. It happens. Alright, back to the game. Okay, so I think my power levels will be better now. This is going up, right? Wow. It is going up. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, I was gonna go ahead and see who I can grab here. Okay, out of all these, whoa, King Axel, he came back. He came back. I had one that I printed off. I ran him the name and got King Axel and printed him off. Now that one was renamed Wesley Crusher. But this one, that name came back. He can't dig, he can't research, but he can build. And he can run supplies back and forth. And he uses less oxygen. And he comes with really good athletics. He could just literally be a guy that I stick on a manual generator. I can work with that. I don't worry too much about the name because plans are coming in that I might be renaming all of them after actors that have played the Doctor. Yes, QQ for the TT. Yeah. Turner Tunneler did go ahead and die. Poor Turner. Yeah, rip. Okay, so my power situation now that I have the coal generator up is a little bit better, but it is still kind of terrible. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just pop up in here. We're going to go ahead and, you know what? We're going to go ahead and dig all of this out. go ahead and say this starts up when the battery's at 10%. Okay, so long live the king! Yes, King Axel is back. Okay, so with this going, that leaves them free from not having to worry about that. Still do have to worry about food, but what I am going to do is this. Put this on auto. I'm gonna go ahead and put a water pump down here. My gas producer, name him Pumbaa. If I go ahead and see a duplicate with flatulence, I will consider it. I tend not to go ahead and accept duplicates with that defect since they produce, you know, polluted oxygen, I believe. But I will definitely consider naming one of them Pumbaa because that would be amusing. So we're gonna go ahead and go over here. We're gonna put over it in this corner here. Oh, the game hitched there for a second. The out pipe will go there. Oh, this will go. So that. Oh, boop. I have to get creative with this. We're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna go ahead and do this. And that means you are going to become a wall. And since we have a decor problem in here, oh I almost caused another problem. Glad I spotted that when I did. Let's see here. Power up. There we go. Yeah, I know, food shortage. It's something that's a constant problem for me. Oh, no. Yeah, not there. Wait. I was planning on doing this. That way, oxygen can go and pass between the two levels. Let's see here. Alright. Well, thank you everyone for joining me and tuning into the stream. We're playing some Oxygen Not Included. My name is MeltMan. We're doing a bit of a Q&A today, so if anybody has any questions or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and shoot a question out there. I'm more than happy to go ahead and answer it for you. Let's see here. Currently dealing with a little bit of a food shortage. Oh, well. Water pumps don't work if they don't have power, do they? And nothing will work if it's not powered at all. Alright. There we go. Oxygen levels are okay-esque. Temperatures are manageable. Okay. Let's see here. We're currently up to 8 duplicates, but I am running out of food fast, which means I have to resort to the bars of mush that give people diarrhea. So, that being said, I need to go ahead and make a small alteration over here because I'm going to need more toilets. And thankfully, I can pull this off rather easily. Throw 2 toilets in there, or lavatories as they're called, and pipe them up. And that way, if someone's got diarrhea and someone needs to use the can, there'll be options. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I need them to focus on that construction. We're going to go cancel this too. Even this, we're going to go ahead and cancel that. I'll even cancel that. So I need their focus to be on getting this up and running over here. Alright, now we got some water pumping in. Okay. Oh, anybody that's joined us, feel free, if this is part 2 of building this base. If you want to see part 1, it will be archived and available on my channel. Feel free to just give it a look. And let's see if we have a new guest in here. Do we have anybody that's worth keeping here? Uncultured mouthbreather. I'm not going to deal with that, so no. An early bird yokel. Not really worth. I mean, that's a negative that it's not going to affect me, but this isn't a positive that's going to really provide me enough benefit, especially with those attributes. And a grease monkey that can't dig it. No, I think we're rejecting all this time. Sorry, guys. Bye-bye. Yes, okay, so I have my first case of diarrhea from me go ahead and making way too much mushlow. Oh, cancel harvest. And these are low atmospheric pressures causing these. So I need to get in here and dig that out. Put this here and dig this out. I am getting short on the algae. Got a food shortage, got an algae shortage. I'm not producing enough oxygen. Yeah. What is that noise? Is that because they're sick and they have diarrhea? They sound squishy? I would hate if that were the case. You're sick, you have diarrhea, so you're short squish when you walk by. Easy. You just grody. Yes, I know low atmospheric pressure. I'm not happy about it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Priority 9 that sucker. I'm gonna go ahead and uproot this one, since it's a low growth percentage. And since I have some mealwood, we're gonna plant those again. Okay, so we should be going ahead and fixing our oxygen problem now. Okay, so we're gonna enable this baby again. I think what I'm going to do is prioritize that a little bit more so I can put some more coal in it. I do have plenty of coal, right? Yeah, I got plenty of coal. Alright. I may have just stabilized this. Maybe. Every time I feel like I've gotten this place kind of figured out, there's another hitch in the game. And that ends up go ahead and get me in all sorts of trouble. Unfortunately, I have a issue with diarrhea going on, and that's entirely because I had to go ahead and resort to too much of the mush bars that may cause diarrhea. Oh, that squishy sound gets me so bad. I mean, I like sensory input in my games, but it's like those games where, you know, you have to wear headphones with, and they like go ahead and introduce like the sound of a spider crawling into your ear. Yeah. And just creep the crap out of me. Yes, I know, food shortage. This always seems to be food shortage. And the game is locking up on me again. Okay. Stream's only using 20% of my CPU, so it can't be the stream that's causing this problem. Okay. Oh, and this is a Q&A stream, so if anybody has any questions about me, MeltMan, or the game in general, you feel free to just go ahead and let me know. I'm more than happy to answer questions as they pop up. Do keep in mind the stream's delayed a little bit, about 2 minutes or so, so I'll try to answer the questions as quick as I can, but I may not see them as fast as you type them in, or you may not hear the answer as fast, rather. Combat! We dug up a hatch! Everybody attack that sucker! We need the meat! Yum! Hatch meat! I just remembered what I named this one. Love Shack. Oh boy, I just saw that. I'm like, really? That's what I named it? I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. Okay, so let's take a look at the temperatures we got going on here. Okay. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is I'm gonna pop. Wait, what's my decorating score look like? Oh, this is an ugly place. This is also ugly, but no one goes here. I mean, literally no one goes in here. You know what? Oh, you are always complaining about it being too hot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace you with a meal. And that'll solve that problem. Another hatch! Another hatch! Everyone! On that hatch! We need the food! There we go. Aww, they're sleeping next to its corpse. Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly, looking at all this, we've been streaming for approximately 2 hours now. I am going to go ahead and save the game here, and we're going to go and wrap it up for now. We'll, next time I go ahead and do another stream, Q&A, I'll definitely make sure to announce it on Facebook and my Twitter account. I'm going to go and actually update my YouTube channel to go ahead and give contact information for my Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm going to do another live stream or do a Q&A, you'll definitely be able to do that. I don't have that in my information yet, but I will get that added in there for you. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And remember, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.